Greetings, beautiful people. My name is Jan Blake, and this is your Friday Dilemma. Once upon a time, there were two hunters. They worked for a wealthy man, a very wealthy man. One of the hunters deeply respected the wealthy man and deeply respected his family. The other, not so much. He couldn't bear the fact that the wealthy man was as wealthy as he was, because he too wanted to be a wealthy man, and he couldn't see how he would become wealthy just by being a hunter. And because he was mean-spirited, he began to think dark, evil thoughts. And the dark, evil thoughts, he realized he couldn't act upon them, because the wealthy man was always protected. But there was one member of his family who was kind, who was good, and who was never protected. And that was his daughter. And so the hunter with the bad spirit and the bad mind and the bad heart, he went after the daughter. He used his bow and his arrow. He tracked her through the forest when she was with her friend. He let loose his arrow, shung, straight through her heart. She was gone. When the news reached the ears of the wealthy man, he was devastated. And the hunter, who had killed his daughter, he ran, he left, and he went to the village where his mother was. When his mother said, "What are you doing here? Weren't you supposed to be working?" He fell to his knees and he told her everything, expecting her to protect him because she was his mother. But she did the opposite. She opened the door to her house and she stood in the village and she called everybody. She said, "My son is a murderer. My son has sought refuge from me, his mother, because he thought I would protect him. But a murderer deserves no protection. Be off with you," she said. And the rest of the village, they began to clap their hands and jeer at him and boo at him. And he had no alternative but to leave. He went to his best friend and told his best friend everything. He said, "What should I do? I know they're going to come looking for me." "I suggest," said the best friend, "that you cover yourself in mud, mud in your hair, mud in your face, mud everywhere, and pretend that you're a madman, because no one is going to harm you if you're a madman." So that's what he did. He covered himself in mud from top to bottom. And when the king's men, or the wealthy man's men, came to find him, they saw that he was mad. And so they went back, told the wealthy man, and the hunter was left to his own devices. Some weeks later, he washed off all the mud and went on with life as though nothing had happened. But his best friend came to see him. He said, "Friend, you live because of me. I think I should be rewarded. You have your life because of my wisdom." And the mouse-spirited hunter said, "If I hadn't murdered her, you would not have been asked for advice. Why should I pay you?" And the two friends began to argue backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. No one could help them with their problem. And so I ask you, should the friend, the wise friend, be paid for his wisdom or not? I don't know. It's up to you.